Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be doing a stock analysis on New Holdings. Now, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, if you don't know what New Holdings is, it is the holding company for Nubank. Now, that is a Brazilian bank which has no filials at all. It is only a net bank or an online bank. So their overall margins are going to be bigger because they don't have any actual offices, which makes them quite interesting because you only need an app or the website for it, and it's quite easy for people who don't have a bank account to get a bank account. And because they primarily operate in Brazil, Mexico, and Colombia at the moment, it's quite interesting because a lot of people in those countries, well, not a lot, but some people in those countries don't have bank accounts until New Holdings came along because it was quite difficult to set it up. And they're also trying to get into poorer countries, especially in Africa. They're trying to set up where because if you don't have a bank in Africa, it's quite bad, and a lot of Africans don't have a bank in those poorer countries, and because they don't have any actual offices and bank vaults, they can't be robbed. So them operating and maybe making new banks in countries where the crime rates are high. This might also be in Middle America or some poor Asian countries. Chance of them getting robbed is zero because they don't have any actual cash that they can be robbed, so it's quite interesting. Now, if we take a look at the stock overall, as you can see here, it has been performing quite nicely all the way back since October in 23, slowly increasing. And then it peaked out all the way up here in 16, and now it's trading down a bit. As you can see, we recently just had this death. No, we had this golden cross, then we had a death cross, and we just had a golden cross again today. So quite volatile at the moment with all these crosses. Now, this is also a stock that Berkshire Hathaway had quite a large stock in, but they sold out. I don't know when, but I speculate it might have been in this period here. Also, here we see a huge gap in the stock, as you can see right here. A large portion was sold. So the fact that Berkshire Hathaway owned a lot, which means Warren Buffett had a lot, is quite interesting, and the reason I also like this bank quite a lot. Now, as you can see in the earnings, they missed this by 6%. Then we see some positive and some negative. So it's not great, but they don't lose by 4,000% or shoot over it by 100%. So they have quite realistic estimates, which I like quite a lot. Now they don't pay out any dividends, which is a bit unusual for banks. Many banks does this. And as you can see here annually, they make money and they are growing their revenue at insanely high rates. As you can see, they were in profit in the first 4 years, 3 years, and now as you can see, they just increase their margins a shit ton. And that is because now once they have these customers in, and they also offer loans, of course, and a fee for having your bank account. So they have a really unique market at the moment. Very, very unique market. And I think that is one of the reasons they're going to be winning this. I think their main competitor is going to be Revolut, a company I believe is from Lithuania. It's getting quite large traction in Eastern Europe and also in some other countries because it is a very cheap bank. And just like New Holdings, they don't have any actual offices, and it is only an app and a website. So there is their main competitor. Now that is only based in Europe at the moment, US, and I also believe South Korea. But yeah, so that is the only main competition, which in their one niche that could be a problem in the road ahead. Now, if you look at the seasonals here, as you can see from 21, it has actually been performing quite nicely. Now we did see in 22 we're down by 60%, but then again, basically every single country was back in 22. Now, of course, we see this was their IPO launch, and then they lost a bit that year, 10% the first year. It's not bad at all. And then we see 23 and 24 were quite decent, 27% up last year and 133% up in 23. Very nice. Then this year they were up quite a lot, as you can see, all the way up by 30%, and now we are trading at plus 4%. But I think we are gonna get back up in the long run. Now, and of course, this is a small bank, so has quite nice potential in the future. This isn't going to be the stock you buy now, and the next year it's going to be worth a lot. But if you buy it now and you sell it in 15 years, it might be worth quite a while and quite a lot of money. So I think it's very interesting. Now, the technicals on this is a sell for the day, and for the month, however, it is a neutral. It is a buy in the moving averages, and that is simply because it is going up and down a bit, so it's quite unstable. Now, of course, we did have this golden cross today, so maybe it's gonna be a buy in the moving averages in the future. We don't know that yet, of course. And now for the analyst rating on this stock, they are quite realistic, I think, personally. As you can see, we have 9 buy, 1 9 strong buy, 1 buy, 6 hold, and 3 strong sell, which I think is quite realistic. And there is an amazing, that is how many stock analysis is on this single stock, as it is quite a small stock. So yeah, I think it's quite decent. I think personally this 13 is average is quite realistic, to be honest. That is also where I would lay my bet personally. Now, and if you see here in the earnings per share is estimate, that you can see they just really think they're gonna be earning more and more and more. Now, I would speculate in this a little and think chances of them paying out dividends in the future is not that unlikely. As you can see up here, the margins are quite nice. So of course, once they maybe get no debt and once they get bigger, chances are they're going to be starting to give dividends just to reward their investors. So yeah, that was my stock analysis on Nubank. If you did like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.